Hi guys, my name is Robiv2 and today I'm gonna sum up the national final season, the preselection season of Eurovision. So yeah, last Sunday the last national final took place in Lithuania, and that was the end of the national final season, which began already in the beginning of December, something like that. But the first national selection semi-final, or heat or final, was held on 21st of December, actually, in Albania, Festivali Këngësh. For the last 3 years, it's always the first national selection to choose the artist. So we started in Albania, went through to France, Malta, United Kingdom, into the crazy super weekends starting in February, the one in this third week of February, 16th and 17th, the two national finals, then the Super Saturday of 5 national finals, including Hungary, Slovenia, Latvia, Moldova, Ukraine, and then another national Super Saturday of Poland, Iceland, San Marino, Finland and Estonia. So it was a crazy national final season because we had more national selections than last year, for example, because last year we had like 25 or 26, something like that, and this year there was an increase of national finals because there were 30 national selections. Well, initially there would be 31, but Greece didn't want to. Well, there was some complication, in Greece, and that's one of the dramas this year. And in the end, only one song was chosen there. But anyways, except for the 30 national finals, there were a total of 513 songs participating in those 30 national finals. Well, 29, because in one in Israel there weren't any songs because they only chose an artist. But yeah, 513 is quite a number. It's like something like 17 or no, yeah, something like around 15 for each national selection, so that's quite a lot. With the least national selection songs were in, for example, UK, no, actually in Montenegro, only 5, and the biggest amount was in Lithuania, around 50, and then in Romania 60, with 5 semi-finals and 1 final. Well, the longest one was definitely in Lithuania, which is known for its marathon. It's like 3rd year in a row when they are doing such a marathon. There were 4 heats, then the two other heats from the with the qualifiers from the previous 4. Then we got 2 semi-finals with 1 online wildcard round voting, and then the final. So it was like 9 shows in total. So that's even more than Melody Festival. Yeah. So we survived all those national final buzz and to those songs, and it was a pleasure to listen to all those songs because I have lots of favorites from there. But anyways, besides those 513 songs participating, there were actually over 10,000 of songs submitted to every of the show. Like, that's big amount. Like, if we have at Eurovision only 43 of songs, then imagine you know, listening to all those 10,000 and even above. So that will be crazy. And well, there were also 10 returning artists who were already in Eurovision. For example, in Albania, in Romania, in Norway, and Alexander Rybak won in Norway. Also in Sweden, for example. So there were a lot of you know, composers known for their Eurovision hits. So yeah. But I also counted the amount of Eurovision national final dramas, and there were a lot. I already mentioned Greece. There was also one in Malta with Aiden and Dailaga. There was also one with Italy, that the song was similar to other, so the same thing as in Malta. Then there was in the Belarusian national selection Alexeyev, and eventually he won, like the guys, the Ermal and Fabrizio in Italy. There was also, you know, drama in Serbia with the voting, someone accusing the winner of using playback and stuff like that. In Ukraine, in Latvia, Armenia, San Marino, Poland, Portugal, Iceland, and Greece. So there was lots of drama, and what's more, there wasn't any drama in Spain, which is very interesting actually, because last year there was lots of drama in Spain. This time there wasn't, so Spain is going in the right direction. But anyways, I wanted also to talk about the best and the worst national finals in my opinion. So I have a top 3. Well, I actually have a ranking of all those 30 national finals, and I have to admit that there is a clear top 3, and it's actually on the 3rd place is France. I'm glad that they went after 4 years for, you know, of international selections. They went for a national final, which was a great show. I really enjoyed it. The host was cool. The juries, you know, the Amir and then Alma, both involved in Eurovision. An amount of 18 acts, 2 semi-finals, and then the final. Great level of songs, one of the best this year. Then there was Slovenia. Always, you know, I like them. I just always like their, you know, kind of thing that, you know, this time, for example, they went for their own national language, which is very cool, and the Slovenian entry was the winner, so that's even more cool. And I always like their entries because they, you know, Slovenia has an amazing national final, and I'm in love with their national final since 2016, when they had the Clemens Laconia as the host, who is a hilarious comedian. But anyways, my first of the national final is United Kingdom. You know, compared to the last year's national final in the UK, there is huge progress. Like last year I didn't like any of the songs there too much, then this year I liked all of them. And you know, the whole show that they went for the host, Måns Zelmerlöw, it was amazing. The show was great, no ads or something. It was really, really cool and went smoothly. So that's my top 3 actually of the national final season, but you know, there were many great shows. But my 2 least favorites that have less than a rate of 6 are Romania and Lithuania. I'm just not a fan of such long marathons, you know, that there are 50 or 60 songs and a big amount of hits and semifinals and shows. It's just, you know, boring. And you know, you can just simply host a final with you know, just 10 songs, and you know, it can take less than 2 hours or something. So yeah, I hope that, you know, Lithuania and Romania will change their format after this year, for next year, because it's, you know, it just, you know, too much of money spending and stuff. And there's also one thing I want to talk about, and it's the top 5 crimes of this year's Eurovision national final season. So my 5th pick is Mountain Breeze with the song I See You in Ukraine in their national final called Vidbir. So I really love the band, they are great guys, and yeah, just the lead vocalist's voice makes me wanna, you know, listen to it on repeat for like 24 hours to sleep. He has such a beautiful voice that I can just, you know, ignore, or, you know, it's beautiful. My 4th, actually, yeah, 4th is Emma Christensen with the song Icarus in Sweden in Melody Festival. So she came 6th actually, and I think she deserved a final, Melody Festival and final, because this ballad, I mean, with a bit of opera taste, such a power ballad, was so beautiful. I mean, her voice, her staging, the staging was amazing. I mean, you know, like Loreen was eliminated in Andra Hansen last year, then I think Emmy Christensen, you know, should be at least in Andra Hansen. Instead of the lady called Felicia, no, Olivia Eliasson. Oh, I remember her. Or Rolands even, but you know, Rolands again, it was a comedian, very well known in Sweden, so yeah, I can understand that. So my 3rd crime is Angelika Pushnova and the juries brutally, you know, stopping her from performing further on the live auditions. I mean, come on guys, this is so brutal to stop someone's performance that only because you don't like it. And she had maybe a cheesy song, but still it was a very cool song and much more, you know, much better than most of the acts in the actual national final. So yeah, I mean, that's hilarious what they did. And I have it still on my phone. So yeah, my 2nd top crime is Nika Zorian not making it to the final. I mean, she was my favorite. I heard the snippet and I fell in love with her song Uspavanka, and she had a great staging. She came like 5th with the televoting, and with the juries also high, and then you know, they just need to change the system of voting in Slovenia in the semi-final. I mean, because there's like that, you have the top 4 of juries goes through to the final, and then the top 4 of televoting goes through to the final. So that's weird. And if the and if some of the acts are both there and there in both of the votings, then the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th place, you know, goes further, if that's the case. but I think she, she was great last year, this year, and I hope she'll represent Slovenia in the future, because she's a very talented performer and artist. And now the only first top crime for me is Tamar Kaprelian from Armenia not making it to the final. Like, come on. She had one of the best songs in the whole national final season, and and definitely in Armenia this song was such a I don't know how to say it, but it was such a perfect mixture of traditional sounds and modern sounds. Then she sang also in Armenian and English, mixing it up. It was, for me, it was one of the best songs in the entire national final season. Like, come on. But she was very close to qualifying, but she was with the juries actually 9th or 8th, so the juries killed her, but she was with the televoting 3rd, so she was like very close to it. And well, even if she wouldn't have won, she deserved definitely a final. So those are the top 5 crimes in this national final season, in my opinion. And yeah, that's my sum up of the whole national final season. I'm really glad to have followed all the national finals, have listened to all the 513 songs, and yeah, it was a pleasure to go around with this on this trip, national final trip, and I can't wait for the next year, because every year there's some parallel level almost in every country, so yeah, I'm very excited for next year. But this year we'll have to go through to the to the 3 shows taking place in May, which is even more exciting. So yeah, that's it for this video. If you liked it, do the thumbs up. If you want to share your opinion about the whole national final season, your best memory, your how many of your favorites have won in their countries, because in my case it's a surprising number, because it's half. It was 15. Can you imagine this? That's an overwhelming number for me, because last year, for example, only 7 of my favorites won in their countries. So yeah, it's definitely an improvement. And if you want to stay tuned for more of my stuff to come, then hit the subscribe button and the notification bell icon, so you can be notified about my activity and my uploads immediately, because there's surely lots of to happen yet. I have many ideas, and I hope you will enjoy them. And I recommend you to go to Facebook and check out our Destination Eurovision page, which I'm a part of as a journalist. So that's it. Thank you for watching, guys, and see you later. Bye.